Fire Country is CBS drama series centered on firefighters and inmates at the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, also known as CAL FIRE. It stars Max Thieriot as Bo Donovan, a young convict with a troubled past who joins the inmate firefighter program to redeem himself and shorten his prison sentence. Bode is assigned to his hometown in Northern California, where he must work alongside his former friends and other inmates as they fight wildfires that plague the region. Thieriot co-created the show based off of his own experience growing up in Fire Country. Billy Burke stars as Battalion Chief Vince Leone, a third-generation firefighter and Bode's father. Vince has been through a lot in his life, having lost his daughter Riley when she was a teenager and nearly losing his wife Sharon, Diane Farr, last season when she was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. Not to mention, his relationship with his son has been strained ever since Riley's death, which he initially blamed Bode for. Does Vince Leone die on Fire Country? We don't know for sure, but he did suffer a major injury in episode 7 that could put his job, or worse, his life, at stake. At the end of A Hail Mary, Vince got electrocuted when a down power line he was holding suddenly turned back on. The shock sent Vince flying, and it was not looking good for him. At one point, he even stopped breathing, and Gabriella, Stephanie Arcila, who is now officially a paramedic, was not able to bring him back. Luckily, more experienced paramedics stepped in, and he was able to get to the hospital on time. Vince appeared to be on his way to a full recovery, but one of the final scenes hinted that he may be more injured than he is letting on. When Gabriella walked into the fire chief's hospital room, she found Vince staring down at his bandaged hand, which had a tremor. When she asked how long the shaking had been going on, Vince gave her a stern warning to not tell anyone about what she saw. It's clear that something is going on with Vince, but we're not sure what exactly. Did the electrocution cause long-term nerve damage, or is he dealing with some sort of neurological issue? Whatever it may be, Vince clearly values his job and remaining a firefighter more than his health, which will likely not bode well for him. Vince's injury comes shortly after Kara, played by Sabina Kadecki, an ER nurse and Bode's high school girlfriend, was tragically killed off in episode 5. She and Bode were involved in an ambulance crash, and she ultimately suffered an epidural hematoma. She left behind a young daughter named Genevieve, who, as it turns out, is not actually Bode's daughter. While speaking about Kara's death during an interview with Us Weekly, showrunner Tia Napolitano hinted that she might not be the only character who was killed off the season. I think what we learned with Kara is we held her very close before. Unfortunately, she died. So when we do have a death on our show, we want it to mean something emotionally. She told the outlet, unfortunately, that means you probably have to love that person very much before their death. So no one is safe, is the short answer. There are only 3 more episodes left in the season, and the show is gearing up for a crazy finale, as Thieriot told TV Insider. Episode 10, I think, will be really exciting and fulfilling. But I think it's also an episode that is pretty heart-wrenching, and there's a little bit of devastation as well, he said of the final episode, seemingly implying that the CAL FIRE family will experience another major loss. He added, it really is kind of filled with everything. But I think last year, where people were pissed in a weird way, this one won't have that peace, but it will have people feeling fulfilled, excited, but also devastated at other things. I think those are probably the emotions that people are going to go through. Viewers will just have to tune in to see what the extent of Vince's injuries truly are, but we're hopeful that the show won't put the Leone family through any more trauma.